Do not worry about your race. Do not worry about your ethnicity. Don't worry about your religion. Don't worry about anything that you identify with. And I know it might sound controversial to you, but there's no need to cling to your body or your mental ideas or beliefs because they're not who you are and they're not what you take when you leave this body. So why would you cling to them so strongly? And yes, they might give us a nice feeling of individuality. They might give us a nice feeling of belonging, which all of us yearn for, of course. But if we do it unconsciously, if we're just like clinging to people who look like us, then it's like we only hang around with people who have the same color car as us. Like if we only hang out with people with the same race as us, and this is someone who's, mixed, right? I'm black and white. And so for me, this idea of like clinging to I'm black or I'm white, it just doesn't really make sense because it's not what you are. It really isn't. Or whether you're this race or this gender or that gender or this belief system or that belief system. Again, it's like you have a car and you have a red car and you say, I only have friends who are red cars. I only hang out with people with the red cars. I only hang out with people with Hondas because they're on my level. They believe in what I believe in because we're Honda owners. Like this is what we're doing, and I don't mean to offend anyone, I really don't. But please just hear what I'm saying. Like, if you're clinging to what you think you are, which is this physical body, then you're wrong, right? You're not that, and that's okay. We're all wrong, and that's why we're on this journey. But then, if we don't take the time to actually like put it into practice by sitting still, by spending time in nature, by breathing and focusing on our breath, by just being more aware of ourselves and our actions and our desires, then it's all for nothing. So spend some time just noticing that I am not this body, I'm not this mind. If I'm really clinging to my race, if I'm really clinging to my religion, if I'm really clinging to my nationality and my national borders, what am I really doing? And you might be in a situation right now where a war is going on based on the borders that you're in, and there's nothing you can do about it. But just see, and obviously, like, I don't know anything about that or what that's like, so, take it with a pinch of salt. But maybe see if you can just recognize how silly it all is. Like, borders in the ground are making people identify so strongly they're willing to die. Like, how silly is this? And this is not revolutionary thinking, obviously. Millions, billions of people have thought of it like this. But just this video, I suppose, if it worked its way onto your feed, and somehow you're watching this guy in a park telling you, remember, just remember, like, I'm not this body, I'm not this mind. Why am I so like serious about it? Why am I so clinging to my race? Why am I so clinging to my gender or my religion or my nationality or my neighborhood or my family even? Like it's all one cosmic consciousness just popping up and then it pops down. You've picked this much, I picked this much. You're in this area, I'm in this area. It's not that serious, we might blink and the next thing we know, it's 100 years later. Now I'm in this area and you're in that area. Like, anyways, just remember who you are, which is not this body. And if you're getting really clingy about your race, about your religion, about your gender, about your belief systems, just remember that they're not who you are. So there's no need to cling. I think it's more important to recognize who it is that's clinging. Like, who is it between my breath that comes forward, takes a breath, and then makes an action? Like, who you are beyond your breath is more important because it's your breath that comes and then the ideas, and then we get stuck, and then the emotions, and then we're stuck. But if you're outside of breath, you recognize, oh my gosh, none of this is me. What am I doing? And then you take a breath and go, I'm free. I don't need to get involved. And even if I am involved, I don't need to be emotionally entangled, And I think the idea of race, because as someone who is part black and part white and has grown up part of my life in Africa and Canada and lucky enough now in other parts of the world, I recognize I'm able to kind of look at it from an outsider perspective. I was like, it's not who you are, man. Like it's not that serious, like what race you are. No matter how much trauma there is embedded in it, it's our duty as human beings who want a brighter future to begin stepping back from it, to begin recognizing we are beyond our breath. We are beyond our breath. We are beyond our breath. Okay? And then we take a breath and we get entangled. But if we're just not going to get entangled by noticing ourselves between our breath, then we'll save ourselves so much suffering, But it really is our responsibility for human beings, like I'm assuming you watching this video, who want a brighter future for all of us, a collective future of peace and joy. It takes responsibility for us to just not cling so much to our individuality, recognize ourselves as beyond it, begin exploring that through just meditation or breath work, and then eventually you'll fall into it and everything will be beautiful.